Liz Callin, Principal Transportation Planner. As a Principal Transportation Planner, I actually manage the transportation planning team within the Department of Transportation. We manage, complete, and oversee a variety of transportation planning efforts and projects. Involvement on bus rapid transit planning, station planning for a future Amtrak station that may come to Madison, for management, and engaging on our variety of bicycle and pedestrian planning efforts. I do a lot of engagement with the public, and I do a lot of work with different community groups. And so again, before we start thinking about putting up those orange cones or digging into the ground, we're thinking about involving the community, making sure their feedback is being considered into the project as early on as we can. And so I grew up in just north of Madison in Portage, and actually started out going to college for architecture. So started thinking about building design, starting to think about creating space within a building, and through that program, I got introduced to urban planning, which is really thinking about kind of architecture, but at the macro level. So thinking about less about the building itself and more about the community. I ended up going to get my grad degree from the University of Michigan, where I got introduced to transportation planning. Transportation planning is something I'm really passionate about because it touches so many different areas of people's lives, and it's something that everyone has to do every day, right? We all have to get to where we're going, and the systems that get us there really impact our quality of life. Transportation as access to opportunity. How are you getting to work? What jobs do you have available to you depending on what type of transportation you have available to you? What schools might be within reach for you and your kids, all of these different things. How long are you spending on your commute? And how does that impact your quality of life? The human element, the people piece of it is definitely the most important thing. So when we're thinking about all these different modes of transportation, I like to really focus on the people. So not just talking about how cars are getting to where they need to go or how the buses are moving. It's about how are the people on the buses getting to where they need to go. My path, I've had some really strong women mentors since essentially I was in undergrad learning about architecture in that field. And then as I came up in urban planning and then in the transportation world, I've had some really strong leaders as far as both mentors and then also bosses. One thing that's really made me want to stick with this specific career path is thinking about how women and men experience transportation differently. And I think as a kid, I didn't really notice it growing up in a small town, but as I got older and experienced different cities and different places, you learn about how different commute patterns vary between men and women, how women are often picking up and dropping off kids. When I became a mom and started adding all of these different things to my transportation pattern, it really made me think about how we have to push to make our transportation system better for everyone, but especially to continue to allow women to do all the things they want to do in the world.